come and talk to the Christians. But listen up, folks. When you put a chunk of solid sodium into distilled water, it's going to have a strong chemical reaction and all. 100 times out of 100, it'll have that same reaction. The sodium does not have free will to, on the 99th time, to suddenly decide that it's going to just dissolve, or it's just going to sink to the bottom like a rock, or it's going to turn into a blue pool of something, or turn into a flower. So there's no, sodium doesn't have free will, the water doesn't have free will. So if all you are is carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, calcium, silicon, all you are is a collection of elements that have no free will, so you have no free will. Some collection of elements, but you don't live your life as if you have no free will. If I came over and punched somebody in the face, you would call the cops. You wouldn't say, "It's okay, officer, he had no free will, he had to do it." Which one of these elements have a moral code? I've heard atheists say unreasonable things, like there are things like right and wrong, moral and immoral, just and injustice. Let's see here, plutonium, silver doesn't have a moral code. How about love? Do we have any atheists that believe in love? Any atheists that believe in love? You don't believe in love? Hey, I want to talk to her. At least she sounds like she might be consistent. I want to know if cobalt is capable of love. All you are is hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, silicon, sodium, etc., etc. None of these are capable of love. So your little 120-pound sack of chemicals is not capable of love. Do you live your life like that's true? Have you ever told someone you love them? That's unreasonable. We want you to be more reasonable. All right, who wants to? Joey, you want to preach? Thank you. Joey, you want to preach? Raping children can be possibly true. Come on, guys. You know raping a child is wrong. Why is it wrong if atheism is true? Come on, convert me. Convert me.
How do we know this?
Somebody convert me. Why is raping wrong? Do you know? These guys are
30
pathetic.
shekels, man. It's not a big deal.
What?
30 shekels and it's over.
Who's got an answer? Why is raping wrong if atheism is true?
Why was raping allowed?
Says who? Says who?
It violates their rights.
Says who?
You just made a claim. It violates their rights.
Says who?
We do. We as a society.
So what? So what? What are rights? What are rights if atheism is true?
You just made it naturally true. They have the right to not have their bodily autonomy violated.
Says who? Says who?
Says the humans on this planet.
Says natural. When did a natural right talk to you? What are you talking about? Come on, give me a valid answer. This should not be a difficult question of why raping a child is wrong.
Do I need to get out crayons for you?
Why is raping wrong if atheism is true?
Just wrong.
Why do rights exist? All that child is from atheism. All that child is nothing but a sack of chemicals. Here, it's
That's false.
it's recording already. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
How is a child anything other than a sack of elements on the periodic table if atheism is true? Then tell me why they're not. Tell me why there's something better or worse than a sack of elements on the periodic table, that child.
Because they are
It's self-evident. If that's all you
So
say.
what? So what? That tree's autonomous.
It's not.
That pole is autonomous.
That pole had consciousness.
Where's consciousness go? Now, come on, guys. Where's the scientists? Where's scientists? Which of these elements have consciousness? Where do we get consciousness from that? Come on. There's some real atheists. This has been really depressing. What a waste of a trip. What a waste of a long drive. I'm thankful that I'm thankful. You know what? I got to see Joey today. This is an awesome day. I got to meet Joey today. So at least this day has salvaged something. Yes.
Where is consciousness?
I'm trying to get you guys to answer. Convert me. Convert me. I'm not here to convert you to anything. I'm not here to convert you to anything except good atheism. Are you a real atheist? Are you an atheist? No? All right. Where's the real atheist? This has been pathetic. This is embarrassing.
The interesting thing to me is
This is embarrassing. Are you a real atheist? Are you a real atheist? Come on over here. I want to talk to some real atheists. They keep thinking I'm trying to convert them to believe in God. Are you a real atheist? Well, these guys couldn't even give me a valid answer for why raping children is wrong. That should be a pretty easy one.
Why is it
wrong?
That's not true. It's wrong.
Why is raping children wrong if atheism is true? If atheism is true, empathy.
I didn't say empathy.
Well, she did. She did. Why is it wrong?
Empathy doesn't work because he has to have it proven philosophically.
Boy, what I'm saying is that we live in a universe. We live in a universe that is nothing but hydrogen, helium, nickel, cobalt, sodium chloride. According to you, there's nothing but elements. That's all this universe is. And you guys keep using words like empathy and consciousness and right and wrong and morality. I want to be converted to atheism, and you guys can't tell me why it's wrong to rape a child. How pathetic. I want you guys to convert me. I want you guys. I want to be converted.
How can you even hear anything yet?
I want you to tell me if atheism is true. Oh, God's not a part of this equation. God's not a part of this equation. Atheism is the philosophy of the day. Please. I have yet. Do you know why raping children is wrong from an atheistic worldview? All right, this should be good. This should be
We
good.
know it's wrong because a rational examination of the consequences of our actions, unlike the Catholic Church.
Well, we preach against the Catholic Church, but
Rational examination of the consequences of our actions.
what is ration?
We
What's
know
ration?
it's wrong.
Give somebody else a microphone. You're not very good at it.
No, I'm very good. I have yet 15,000 of you, and I have yet to find a consistent atheist. 15,000 of you, and I have yet to find a real atheist. What is empathy? What is empathy?
Burning up airtime.
Empathy is understanding
He's throwing money out the
and
window.
trying not to hurt people because that is wrong.
Okay, which combination of the elements from the periodic table that make up your body create serotonin? We get empathy from serotonin.
I don't know what specific
You don't know?
chemicals
And he
in
just
your
drank
brain
the juice.
create that, but that's irrelevant because hurting a child hurts a child, and that is immoral.
Well, says who? Says who? Says who?
Basic human empathy.
Well, again, you haven't defined for me what empathy is. How does empathy exist? See, you guys are so inconsistent in your beliefs. Hydrogen and helium shoots into frictionless space plus time can never create empathy. I'll save some video for when there's a real atheist. Thank you, Joey. In the unlikely event that you might actually answer the question. All right, the question was, why is rape wrong if atheism is true?
Okay, I will answer this question if you don't interrupt me until I'm done.
If I don't what?
Interrupt me.
All right.
Finish my answer?
Yeah, but don't ramble on forever and ever. I'm here to give you guys wisdom.
So, in moral theory,
Let the lady answer.
not a lady, I'm a woman. In moral theory, you have basically two classes of ethical theories, either deontologistics or consequentialism.
Talk a little bit louder. I can't hear you.
Two classes of ethical theory, deontologistics or consequentialism. Deontologistics basically is, deontology is basically the idea that there are certain basic undeniable principles in which morality is grounded. Consequentialism is the idea that you have a moral theory that is derived from basically the moral worth of an action is derived from its consequences. Now there are a whole a class of deontologistic theories and a class of consequentialist theories. The divine command theory is one among them. So to take just one of them, let's say just one consequentialist
Okay, hold
theory,
your thought. This is a very long, if you don't know, this is a very long answer to the question, why raping is wrong, why raping a child is wrong.
This is a very short answer, okay?
So why raping a child is wrong. It
If
shouldn't
we
be this
look-
complicated.
If we look at even one of the theories in consequentialism, let's say utilitarianism, that gives a reason as to why something like rape is wrong. It causes harm among people. It causes harm to other people.
So
Hurting
what?
other people is bad, and
Says
therefore
who?
it is immoral.
Says who?
Says actual science.
Says who? Who says? I'm talking to her. Let her answer. Who says harming other people is bad?
Because harm is bad by definition.
Says who?
Well, okay, it says it's the way that we've defined it. Harm is bad by definition.
So what if I don't care? What if I don't care about what society says about rape? What if,
It's not what society says. It's that objectively, rape causes trauma. It causes.
so why is that bad if atheism is true? Why is trauma better or worse than non-trauma if atheism is true?
Because it's maladaptive and it causes suffering.
Says who? Why is something malproductive, maladaptive, worse than something that's not maladaptive?
Do you know what mal means?
Yes, bad. Yes.
Because it's better to be able to have a healthy, productive mind than it is to be suffering because you've undergone
That seems
trauma.
very subjective. I mean, you're just saying it's bad. It's wrong because it's bad. What I'm saying is from an atheistic world. See. From an atheistic worldview, there is no such thing as bad. An atheistic worldview, that child is nothing but a smaller sack of chemicals than the rapist. So what difference does it make? What difference does it make if that child, if atheism is true, what difference does it make if that child is standing up and playing with dolls, or if that child's chemicals are being raped by a disgusting loser guy?
Because it's not a worldview. Because the child is a conscious being with feelings and morality, and because we
and
care
again, nobody's answered what morality is if atheism is true. You guys keep stealing from. You guys keep stealing.
That's not true.
So it's a conception, or is it real? Is it just
Morality
a?
is our conception of the good. What is good for human beings?
Who said what's good for human beings is what we should do? Who said that? Why? Plus, it begs the question: what is good? See, you can't. As soon as you use a word like good, you reveal yourself as a fake atheist.
No, we don't.
Yes,
because you're the one who is grounding any possible type of good by any definition in your conception of the good. There are so many different conceptions and so many.
What if the
different
rapist believes it's good to rape children?
Then that rapist is wrong.
Says who?
Because there are objective parameters as to whether this.
Well, wait a minute.
Causes
The
harm
rapist
or
said it was
suffering
good,
from
so
a-
why isn't it good?
Why would what the rapist says be?
Why should what you say be the
Because it's
rule?
not what I'm saying.
You just said it.
No, it's not. It's not a particular.
Is it
belief.
majority rules then?
It's not a particular belief that inheres in someone's mind. It's when you have a theory that is consistent with itself, that is complex enough to account for morality, for our conceptions of good and bad, and that is
Again,
brought to bear by objective
You
evidence.
are elements of.
Empathetic human being.
So that's more than.
Because he thinks that we look at you and we just see a sack of chemicals. That
No, what I'm saying is you don't live your life as if atheism is true. Because if atheism was true, that is all. You wouldn't tell your friend. You wouldn't say your friend did anything right or wrong. You would say it's just elements. When a meteorite collides with a planet, we don't say that the meteorite was wrong or immoral. It's just chemicals doing what chemicals do, and that's all you are, is chemicals doing what chemicals have to do.
I just say to my therapist, "Oh, he was a sack of elements." I'm still not.
If you were consistent, yes. If you were a consistent atheist,
If I'm
yes.
consistent atheist, okay,
Yes.
so he's a sack of elements. I'm still not fucked up to this very day. There's not a chemical imbalance.
I think you live your life as if atheism is not true, but you're not willing to let it
So
go.
then let me ask you a question, though, since you believe 100% in Christianity. Is raping homosexuality? Is raping homosexuals right or wrong? Because that's two wrongs right there. That's raping homosexuality. Does that make it right or wrong? That's my question.
Is raping and being a homosexual
Is
wrong?
raping a homosexual wrong?
Raping anyone is wrong, yes.
Okay, so homosexuality is a sin, and raping someone is a sin. And you agree that raping is wrong. We agree that raping is wrong. So
No, you shouldn't. What I'm saying is I'm being consistent with my worldview, and you're being inconsistent. I don't think you guys are getting it. All right, one more to Deadpool, and then I'm going to wrap it up and try and find a fresh crowd, because you guys are phonies.
Do you know what human nature is?
What?
Do you know what human nature is? He thinks rape is
Human nature?
Human nature.
Sure, I guess. I don't know exactly what you're. See, what I'm saying is that there is.
So you're agreeing with psychopaths that go out there murdering people.
No. What I'm saying is that as an atheist, there's no such thing as a psychopath, because that begs the question that there would be some way that they should act. But if all it is, if we're just chemicals in motion in this universe, there is no should, or there is no way we should act, or something that's good or bad, moral or immoral. A psychopath is just a guy, is just chemicals doing something to chemicals, and whether he buys a sack of chemicals of pizza, or whether he cuts this guy's throat, it doesn't make any difference if atheism is true. It's just the chemicals haven't changed. That maybe his blood went from his body onto the ground, but those chemicals and elements are still there. That's all you are. Admit it, live it, love it, learn it.
A cake is just chemicals, right? A cake.
Love it, learn it.
A cake is just chemicals, right? A cake.